Hey guys, it's Alex and today I got a book haul for you. I got most of these books at a library book sale in my town, and at the book sale each book only cost $1. Just $1. That is freaking amazing. Some of these books were like 20 bucks at like Barnes & Noble, and I got them for $1. The first book I picked up is Golden Boy by Abigail Tartland, and this book is about a boy named Max who is perfect in every way. He has perfect grades, he's attractive, he's intelligent, athletic, and the girls love him, and his family adores him. But the problem is that his father is running for parliament, and the media is like surrounding his family and doing interviews and doing videos on their family, and he does not want his secret to get out that he is intersex. And Max is worrying that all of his friends at school will find out and see that he's not perfect after all. The first book I actually picked up in March is We Should Hang Out Sometime by Josh Sundquist, and that's because it's March's Booksplosion Book of the Month, and I definitely had to pick this one up off Amazon. And it's about Josh, who is 25, and he's never had a girlfriend, and he's gonna go back to all of the girls he's dated from like middle school and ask them what went wrong. And that sounds absolutely hilarious, and I cannot wait to read this one. I'm gonna put this one in my April TBR. That's next month? Yeah, right? January, February, March, April. April TBR. And I'll probably do a review on this because that sounds freaking hilarious. At the book sale, I also picked up Life of Pi by Yann Martel, and if you haven't seen the movie, it's the story of a boy who lived in India and moved to Canada with his family, but on the way to Canada, he took a ship, and the ship sank, and he just explains his whole traveling there, and I know he becomes friends with a tiger named Richard Parker, and that's awesome. And I'm pretty sure at the end of the book, all of the reporters and interviewers are asking him if his whole adventure was true or not, and he gets really angry because no one will believe him, and I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. This might sound kind of weird, but I like when like the pages are ruffled and not straight because it looks cool and it feels cool. I actually don't know why I bought this book. It's called Every Soul a Star by Wendy Mass. And it's about three 13-year-olds who have dreams and aspirations to completely change their life around. And they don't understand that it's not that important to become very, very, very successful and make a lot of money. I think they learn that it's not that important to make a ton of money. I think that's the synopsis. But it was $1 and I was in the moment just grabbing books, so now I have it. The Blue Fox by Sajan, and I looked up his real author name, or his real name, and I can't really say it, but I'll try to say it for you. It's Sigurjón Birgir Sigurðsson. Oh, it's not that hard. I don't really know what this book is about, but it looks cool, it looks foxy, and I remember I opened it, and I saw like the writing. It's like short, like this at some points, and it probably has a lot to do with the story. Maybe how foxes are like swift and fast and how you can read this book pretty fast. I don't know. But it looks pretty cool. I'm so happy I found this book at the book sale, Asylum by Madeleine Roux. And one time I went to Barnes & Noble and it was either get this book or a different book, and I got the other book. And I really want to get this book because I loved Miss Peregrine's. It's one of my favorite books. And I just want to read another book similar to like it. And I found it at the book sale for $1 and I was just like, oh my god. That is mine. Like, I was elbowing people. Not really. I wouldn't do that. But I was just like, that's mine. Asylum is about a 16-year-old named Dan who goes to a summer program for gifted students, and the housing they were supposed to stay at was closed, and now they have to stay at a formerly psychiatric hospital. And that sounds really creepy and scary, and hopefully it's very, very scary, and I get scared of reading for the first time. I picked up Blink by Malcolm Gladwell, and he's the author of some of my favorite books, Outliers, David and Goliath, The Tipping Point, and this one is about the power of thinking without thinking, and that is very confusing. So that's all I'm going to say about this book. Next book. I also bought Push by Sapphire, and this is a book about a 16-year-old girl who is pregnant with her father's child. I really want to read this book because I can't even imagine what it must have been like to be this girl and all the hardships she had to endure and the life she must have had. I can't even imagine like what that must feel like and all the things she had to go through. That's just completely crazy to me, and this is one of the heavy books that I'm going to be reading, and I'm just really interested. And if you didn't know, the movie Precious was based on this book. The Snow Child by Ewan Ivey. Ewan? I'm not really sure how to pronounce her first name. This book is about a couple living in 1920s Alaska, and the woman in the relationship is infertile and they really want to have a family. One day they go outside and build a snowman, but it's a child, so you can call it a snow child. And the next day they go outside, they see that the snow child is gone, but they see tiny little footprints. And then they catch glimpses of a little girl running around in the woods alone, and they start to go crazy, not go crazy, but they start to think like, oh my god, what's happening? And I really want to read this book, and I'm so interested to see if it's just illusions or if it's like a real girl. I don't know, but I'm really interested in reading this book. The next book I picked up is A Long Way Down by Nick Hornby, and this book is about 4 people who come from 4 different backgrounds, and by accident they meet on a roof of what they call the Topper's House, and that's a famous place in London where people go to end their lives. In this book you get first-person perspective of each 4 characters, and I love when books do that, so you can go inside the character's mind and see their point of view of how things are going, and that's really cool, and I can't wait to read this book. I'm not sure when I'll put it in my TBR, so maybe sometime soon, I don't know, but yeah. A Long Way Down by Nick Hornby. The last book I have is Mountains Beyond Mountains by Tracy Kidder. I already read this book, but I want to use it in one of my book tags, and the copy I lent to my dad, he lost. This book's about a doctor who travels from Massachusetts to Haiti, to Russia, to Cuba, to Peru, and his goal is to find an inexpensive treatment for tuberculosis and HIV for less developed countries. I really enjoyed this book, and I suggest that you guys pick it up and read it and see if you like it as well. Alright, thank you guys for watching this video, and if you've read any of these books, please leave in the comments of what you think about it, and if you haven't, tell me which one you really want to read. And thank you for watching. I'll see you later with a new video sometime. Peace out, guys.